This is a brief demonstration video of the Forest Manufacturing Model 2054 vertical blade traveling table bandsaws. I have some other videos to go into the details of this machine. This one has a nice feature though actually two nice features I wanted to illustrate. The short version, Model 2054 vertical blade traveling table bandsaw. This is a fairly basic version, has a manual traverse, does have our workpiece positioning fence, cranks nicely. This comes standard with the pneumatic blade tensioning, so it has an air cylinder as a tensioning element. This has a manual control of the tensioning, so we just have a manual air control valve. The actual tension is controlled with a pressure regulator valve. So you set the pressure regulator valve at whatever PSI is appropriate for the blade you're using, and you don't have to change it ever again. So when you want to change blades, you just flip the switch, it goes slack, put a new blade on, boom. Detension it for the evening when you're gone. You can either just turn off the air compressor to let the pressure bleed down, or you can detension it. So you know you're getting the correct blade tension, and it's easy to change blades when necessary. Like I say, precision workpiece positioning fence. This machine has two unusual features for us. First off, this machine is going to a customer who is cutting a carbon material. So I have lots of customers cutting graphite and carbon or carbon fiber type materials. One of the dirty little secrets of those materials is the dust produced. We do have a dust collection system on this machine, so we catch most of the dust, but the dust produced is electrically conductive. So if it gets into a motor, if it gets into your motor starter, any electrical components, it could or will short them out. I've had customers actually do this. I had a case where I built a machine dust protected, and somebody didn't clean the machine off. They opened the electrical cabinet door, dust fell into the cabinet, short everything out. So we build these machines to wash down electrical standards. So the motor is a washdown duty brake motor, NEMA 4X12 conduit, and we have a starter box here that's NEMA 4X12 rated. So as long as you don't open anything up in the presence of dust, you're sealed up, you're not going to short out your electrics. The other thing this machine has is our precision table tracking option. The normal table tracking for these machines has a bearing bracket that basically grabs onto this 3-inch tube and uses this 3-inch tube as the guide and support elements. It's robust, inexpensive, and gives really good results actually. So you're straight and flat down to the straightness and flatness of the 3-inch tube, which is something like a 32nd of an inch over 4 or 6 feet. It's pretty good. But you are hostage if stuff builds up on the tube. You got to clean it off. The really smooth, precise way to go is this linear round rail. So we have 1-inch linear round rail. It's the type of bearing we're using. Usually on round rail you see what's called a recirculating ball bushing. Uses lots of tiny little BBs in a plastic shell, very smooth and very prone to damage. They don't do well in the rougher industrial environment. So we use a dimensionally interchangeable part that's based on cam follower rollers. So much more durable. It does have scrapers, so it scrapes the rail in front of it, but it gives a smooth ride without using those delicate little BB-based parts. So this table runs very smooth, very true, without having to deal with all the pain in the ass of the linear BB type situation. So a quick test cut then, just so we can say we did it. This is a customer provided sample material. It's basically like a rigid foam. I've got my workpiece positioning fence so I can rack it up against the fence. I use these magnets as work stops to keep. This material is actually going to cut very easily, but some of my materials, when the blade pushes in the workpiece might try to slide off the table. So I just use these magnets to keep the workpiece from sliding off the table. And then on a lighter workpiece like this, we can use the fence to index or shift the workpiece. For the fence, we have two options. You can either have like a scale or a tape measure on the table surface, or we can do this electronic digital readout. We mount those up after we paint the saw out, so neither one's on right now. But you can use your digital readout to either set the fence position to the blade and move the workpiece, or you can use the fence to shift the workpiece, get your measurement off there. So, spin her up. Shane's got the dust collection system going for us there. This stuff should cut pretty easily. The blade I'm using is a 1-inch wide, 3/2 French hook tooth style blade, plain carbon steel, pretty generic blade. No trouble at all. So obviously I could have cut something. Could have cut something much bigger. But that's just a quick demo. So yes, 2054. This is like I said, it's a fairly basic version. We do have lots of other options. If you have a specific application or other features you would like to discuss, please feel free to call or email us. Thank you for watching the video.